As a data analyst, I was trying to find the answer to this question, but turns out that is actually not possible because this spreadsheet from the Home Office is just less than impressive. If you put this into Google, you'll find the gov.uk page for this, and if you scroll down, click on the latest one, and go to the page, scroll down, go past the first few documents, go to this ODS file, data tables, click on that, it'll download the Excel file. Done, click Excel file, ta-da! Okay, so you get the cover page. If you look down here, you can see all the tabs, so many tabs, it keeps going. Okay, so let's look at tab called Contents. There are about 20 tables here, but only one table actually tells us the number of animals used, and that is this one. Everything else is experimental procedures, and they cut the data by different categories and different ways. So let's go to 1.3. Okay, but I have to zoom out just to fit the table on my screen, and that is so many columns. The government doesn't actually tell you what these columns mean, so I've had to look at the data and then figure out what they mean. So what I've gathered is all these columns, D all the way to J, all these columns add up to be this column, K. And then add K and L together gives you this column. M is the total animals used for the first time in procedures. It is 2.6 million. Hang on, so you think this is the total number of animals used in animal testing in 2023? You'd think that'd be right, but no. That is incorrect, because let me tell you what this actually means. The total animals used for the first time procedures doesn't take into account if an animal was used for the first time in, say, the previous year, 2022, and then they kept the animal around and they used it again for a second time in 2023. So this number at best is an underestimate of how many animals are actually being used in the year. But here's the second issue. If you read column K, this says total animals used for the first time in experimental procedures. Doesn't that sound exactly the same as column M? But then how come K is only about 50% of M? Because of this one. Now what does this say? Column L says creation and breeding of genetically altered animals not used in experimental procedures. This actually means that in this year, about 50%, so 1.2 million of animals are created and bred, but they didn't use them in scientific procedures. But the issue is we don't know anything about these animals because all the data that we have here, all 20 tables, are only telling us what happened to animals that are used in scientific procedures. So we literally know nothing about 1.2 animals that were bred and not used. In terms of what's happened to them, what are they being used for, are they still around? We have no idea.